Welcome back. I think you can probably feel my nervousness and my excitement. It's palpable here in the studio and probably getting to you on the other side of the screen, because embarking on one particular journey, the journey of parenthood, is a unique blend of excitement and the most extreme stress that you can experience, where the anticipation of all those firsts makes those obviously mixed emotions really worth it. There's kind of a before and after. And in fact, nothing beats having expert advice to lean on to guide you through those newborn jitters. So here to welcome your beautiful little one in the world is a beautiful panel in itself. And they're going to give you some wonderful tips on how you can best welcome the little one and be okay through that process. So we've got Linda Sauder in studio, mom of two, and obviously you'll know as a digital content creator and superb in that lane. A good friend of ours, Dr. Anisa Varhead, mom and pediatrician as well. Then her sister-in-law, Tasneem Martin, who is a mom of two as well. And then their mother-in-law, the matriarch, Yasmin Domingo, a grandmother of 9, y'all. 9 grandchildren. That is asking a lot. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on the parenting journey. And we learn a lot. We learn a huge amount. Everyone who becomes a parent kind of becomes an expert because you've lived through it. There are so many angles that I want to approach, but maybe let's start with the village, because it takes a village. So maybe Dr. Varhead, you can start with that, because you are often the person we'll go to in these crunch moments, but that answer, the learned compact knowledge, compound knowledge of years, generational knowledge, is there around us. Why is it so important to have that support structure when embarking on this journey?
So those first few weeks of having a baby, your emotions all over the place. And I think everyone, it's like your body just goes into crisis mode. And I think it's very important. You need to have that village. You need to have people that you trust, that surround you during that time when you're so anxious, the hormones all over the place. You don't know whether you want to cry or smile or laugh, and you've got the screaming
You do it both.
You're doing it all at the same time, and you've got this little crying baby in front of you. So I think it's always important during that pregnancy process to actually find your support structure and make that small little circle. Try not overwhelm yourself, but have that small little circle around you to surround yourself and give you that support you need, whether they're doing whatever in the house for you, especially in those first few weeks of having a baby.
You know, it's just cooking a meal for you while you're doing your not sleeping thing, because you won't sleep.
No.
I love it when A-type personalities have a child and they've got their plan. Their months and months of planning is out the window overnight. Lindy, what was your experience like in terms of the prep that you went into this journey with, and then the actual outcome, the lived experience of when your little ones actually arrived?
Well, I can say that whatever I thought was going to happen, the absolute opposite happened.
Because that's life, yeah.
Yes, I'm definitely not an A-type person, but I at least thought that I'd have it figured out, and I can tell you I didn't. So definitely the village, the mom-in-law, everybody definitely played a part, but it was good. I did find out that I was pregnant again 6 months in, so it wasn't planned. I have 2 under 2. I'm very blessed. My husband and I will just keep on saying we're blessed. That's
no, just do it, man. When last did you sleep? About 5 years ago.
Yeah, I'd say pre-pregnancy, definitely.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. But we, you know, with the rights, nowadays we have so much knowledge. We have, you know, the internet, we have professionals to help us. It definitely, I think, helps.
And we got Omars.
And we've got Omars.
And we got Omars who know it all. 9 grandchildren speaks to an encyclopedia of knowledge that you can pass on. And I would imagine it matters so much to you, but you also have the added bonus of being able to take a step back as grandmother. But you don't strike me as someone who would ever take a step back. How beautiful. Oh, you're shaking your head. No, there's always something. So what was key for you in terms of the knowledge that you've built up through your journey to impart with your beautiful daughters?
I just wanted to be there for them, to cook for them, to care for them, so that they could have that sleep that they needed. You know, they needed all that, and that's what I'm there for. Still now.
Still now, and that never ends.
Never.
There is something really beautiful about the relationship with a grandmother in particular, because they can get away with absolute murder in that space, but it does offer a beautiful counterbalance. I'm going to put this to you because I was blown away, not by just the physical miracle that's happening within, you know, in my case, my wife's body, but it just blew my mind that so much can happen in such a short amount of time. but watching it, I was always impressed by her as a dancer. World champion, just blew my mind. She was about 10 times better as a mom instinctively than she's ever been as a dancer, which is saying a lot. Something kicks in naturally. So to those mothers and the fathers to that extent, but mainly to the moms who are really close to this issue, and I can put this to all of you, maybe Tasneem, you can kick us off there, but what advice do you have for that mom, knowing what you've learnt through this journey, what matters and what doesn't matter?
What matters, I would definitely say just do your research when your baby's here, you know, don't overwhelm yourself with social media because it does get a lot, especially when you're pregnant. You think you have to buy absolutely everything. Just keep it simple, like literally keep it simple with everything. Once baby's here, you'll see what you need and yeah, just surround yourself with what you need, with people that you need. Don't get overwhelmed with social media.
Yeah, and listen with half an ear, I think, because everyone's going to have advice, and it's coming from the right place.
Exactly.
Very often it can be the worst thing to hear if you haven't slept in 3 days and you haven't figured out what's wrong, and then everyone's offering you the solution that you thought about 3 days ago, and that it didn't work. That being said, what are the big gateways that we've got to get through that you have experienced firsthand? What do we need to be fearful of to the point of having that anxiety? Because things can get real very quickly. What are those big heavy hitters?
So when I'm seeing all my first-time mommies, I always say when a baby is born, a mother is born.
Yeah.
And our emotions are all over the place. And you need to be kind to yourself. You don't need to bounce back immediately. You need to heal up. You need to take it slow. But there's 5 million different ways of how to be a mother. So taking that advice in, try it. If it don't work, say, okay, it was a bad day today, let's go on to the next one. And I think that's where we need to actually make sure we're kind to ourselves, because if there's a healthy mommy, there's a healthy baby.
For sure, and that's psychologically, emotionally, because they're sponges that feed off everything that you have in you. Lindy, what was the biggest challenge, the biggest kind of maybe blindside or jaw drop moment, because there are a few in that journey? What were you not prepared for?
Well, as Tasneem mentioned, you always look at social media and you think, you can't help but compare yourself to people. And I think for me it was, I gymmed up until the day I gave birth, I won't lie.
Of course,
it wasn't planned,
as
but I
do,
did.
Yeah.
You know, and I just thought, okay, cool, have my baby. Next week I'll be up and running. Bounce back immediately, like you said, give yourself time to heal. I didn't expect that it would actually take me a while just to do the simple things like, I don't know, walking, picking up your baby, you know. So, I mean, you figure it out as you go along. I'm not trying to scare anyone, but my friends didn't warn me.
Yeah, I suppose because everyone goes through something slightly differently.
Yes,
I think
exactly,
that the sleep thing is a big thing. You've got to brace yourself for no sleep for a while, and that's where having a partner really does help you through that process. For me, the joy, when you have that moment. And for me, I was gifted by the fact that my wife was so heavily medicated by the end of the first journey, I got to spend one-on-one time with both my babies, really close, and that made all the difference. So Omar, I'm going to end with you in that respect. To make that connection, to get the real magic, and trust me, when I say before and after, you'll understand once you've had your baby. What do you recommend for that bonding phase? What advice do you have for the expectant mothers out there with your experience?
Like bond with your baby, try to breastfeed, hold her close or him close, whoever it is, and you know, just have that special moment and time. And that's my feeling towards all the mothers.
It helps with Oma's there too, so to give you that opportunity to bond.
Oh, for sure. I can only imagine the difference you have made in the lives of your daughters, in particular.
And I'm still there for them.
I'm just looking at your face, makes me want to cry. It's ridiculous. Oh, babies. I think anyone who's had a baby becomes an instant cry risk. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you for being here to share in the space. And we're not just forgetting about the men. There is something very special physically, on a chemical level. What's going on within a mom and a baby in that first phase is miraculous. In fact, it's one of the most powerful chemical reactions that we know about in science. It is one of the most powerful, wonderful moments of your life. So take a moment to really enjoy it and make sure you've got your circle around you. Understanding that you don't have to tackle parenthood alone is a lesson that is best learned early on. After all, parenthood is all about support, it's about communication, and it's about embracing the journey. So if you're embracing your journey right now, all the best of luck. We are in your corner, and maybe we can send you Omar if you need a little extra hand or maybe something in the kitchen.